You know, this intro is so awesome that I'll show it again. I think if you look really closely, you can see the Demon King just before the title appears. But anyway, welcome back to Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. Last time we defeated the Demon King and restored peace to the world. This time we'll be showing the class roll. Yeah, you get more classes after you've beaten the game at least once. But what I wanted to really show was some of the post-game content, or at least some of the things that you unlock after beating the game. So in extras, we have a few new options. Link Arena and Sound Room are always here, but Support Conversation and Map are new. If we go into this lets us review any support conversation that we've unlocked previously. So, yeah, you can also see all of the supports that we can potentially unlock, and how many are left to do for each character. As you can see by the success percentage, I've got 12% of all the supports in this game. So, getting all the supports takes a really, really long time. I've never 100%ed the support library in any Fire Emblem. This game is probably one of the easier ones to do it on, because you can do grinding for supports in the post-game, and there's also just less characters, but even then it's still a pretty huge task, so good luck doing that, especially with the fact that you can only get 5 supports per character per playthrough. But yeah. Map is something that I'll be covering later. Sound Room is something that we've already seen, but you unlock songs as you hear them in the game, and it seems like there are still a few songs that I haven't heard yet. This is actually kind of weird. I might go ahead and just look up what these songs are. So, track number 8 is a post-game song, so yeah, we haven't unlocked that yet for good reason. This song is Link Arena, so we'll be unlocking that pretty soon. This one, I believe, yes, this one requires you to complete the entire Tower of Valniol Lagdo Ruin, so we'll be unlocking this one eventually too. This, I thought this was this is the Game Over song, so it's probably a good thing that I didn't unlock this one. And this one is completing the Tower of Ruins again. So, I'll be unlocking a few of these as I go through the post-game. The first of which right now, because I'm going to show off the Link Arena. Now, this is something that you can do at any time, but I wanted to do it now just because I wanted to do something pretty fun. The Link Arena is in all of the GBA Fire Emblem games, and it's basically the official Fire Emblem game's first attempt at multiplayer. Tearing Saga actually had Shadow Dragon-esque multiplayer before these games existed, but yeah. So the Link Arena is not really the best. I've always maintained the opinion that multiplayer in Fire Emblem games has never really been that good, and this really shows here. Firstly, we have to build a team. Also, we get to hear the awesome arena theme, which is pretty amazing, and that's worth doing this mode just for that. So, we get to choose one of our files. It can be from any point in the game. And it won't change anything about your save data. It just takes your characters from that file. So we get to select up to 5 units. So, let's pick some people who are radically different on Erika's route, because we're about to do an Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. You can go into your convoy here, so you can swap around people's items. So, let's see. Let's go Amelia. Let's go Lute. Let's go Tana. Ross. Let's see. Cormac is the same on both files. I think I'll go for them. Also, staves are totally useless in here, so you don't need them. Just, only make sure you have weapons equipped. Unless you want to show off all of your cool staves. And my convoy is full anyway, so I can't put those away. So obviously, you want to give legendary weapons to everyone who has access to them. Range weapons do not matter at all. At least I'm pretty sure. It's been a while since I did the Link Arena. But, yeah, Amelia can't use the S-rank sword anyway. Actually, I can show off something. If you try and select heavies, this also happens if you try and bring Mia and she doesn't have any uses of her Dragonstone left. So, this is the team that I'll use. We press start to do done. And then we have to enter a team name. Let's see. I'll just call this one F. And now let's make a team from my Erica route epilogue. So it's time for the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny. Who will win versus, between Erica's route versus Ephraim's route. So it's going to be the same characters. It's going to be Amelia, Lute, Tana, Ross, and Natasha. As you can see, they're all different classes here, so let's have a look at them. Hey, you actually count magic on this one. So here's General Amelia. She had far less strength than Paladin Amelia for some reason, but the rest of her stats are kind of balanced all round. Tana was so much better on Erica's route. Seriously. This is what Tana always should have been. I'm really annoyed that she got majorly screwed on Ephraim's. Ross, he maintained his bad speed curse on this route. And Natasha, I made a Valkyrie just for reasons. And that should be good enough. So let's call this team Air. So, now that I have these teams, you can also switch teams, disband a team, go back to the menu. So now that we have actually got teams, we can now choose practice. So we can battle against the computer, or we can actually battle a multiple number of computers, using one of our other teams. So yeah, you can choose whichever teams you want here. So I'm going to be controlling Ephraim's Route's team against my Erica Route team controlled by the AI. So let's go. So in the Link Arena, it works... yeah, the Link Arena is kind of basic. You choose a character, choose an enemy to attack, choose a weapon, and you get to see the combat forecast work out like this. So let's see how Tana versus Tana goes. Well, that's not a good sign right off the bat. Oh yeah, you score points based on how well you do in the combat. I totally forgot about the point scoring system. As you can see, it's been a while, and yeah, the AI loves to pick off your weakened characters. Natasha's gonna get doubled, isn't she? Before she can even fight herself. Yep, she is gonna be gone. Yep, there goes Natasha. So obviously, getting an actual kill gives a lot of points. Well, not much. In fact, the amount of points you get are based on, I believe, the experience yield of what you would have got from killing that person if this was a regular battle. I'm so sorry, other Ross. Kind of funny how Ross has so much luck that Berserker Ross doesn't really critical him very much. It's only worth 17 points. Oh, this could end badly. So yeah, I sometimes like having fun just having my teams from different files fight against each other in this mode, but it's really not the best multiplayer out there, and wow, that Lute was an idiot. 23 points without me having to do anything. So let's see Amelia versus herself. Actually pretty evenly matched. And yes, she is a green unit general. Of course you would hit and I wouldn't. Oh, I guess because of your big damaging hit. Right, you're going to try and repeat. No, you're just going to pick off the already injured Ross. Well, this is getting closer. I need to stop showing mercy. Goodbye, enemy magic user. For a whopping 8 points. Because killing a healer is not worth much. Well, another I'll face myself moment here. And of course you hit both of your 50s. Team Erica is very ahead in terms of points. Let's fix that. Wow, you're doubling loot? I guess Excalibur's kind of heavy, but... Maybe my Ephraim root loot wasn't as good as I thought she was. But anyway, that's no more Amelia. And we're left with very, very strong Tana. Although, not very accurate Tana for some reason. She did get a little bit skill screwed in the other route, and nice one. Okay, I'm not going to blame you for missing 50s before. 30 points. Which puts me behind by 5. But yes, everyone who's still alive at the end of the match receives extra points. So, if someone is wiped out, they're not likely to win. And this song here is one of the only ones we hadn't heard for the sound room. But yeah, you can do this with multiple teams too. So you can have a 4-player match as well. But anyway, that's basically how the Link Arena works. I could do a linked battle, but I'm pretty sure that's impossible on the Wii U Virtual Console version. We can also check out battle data. And yeah, this is just generic score, high scores. You probably get these if you battle people in the Link Arena in actual Link battles, but I've never done that before. No, seriously, I have never played any of the GBA Fire Emblem games multiplayer ever, because I don't think anyone at my school also played Fire Emblem when I played them, so yeah. I've never done a Link battle in my life, and I don't really care that much, to be honest. I don't think this is a very great mode. You can't move units on a map like you could in Shadow Dragon, although I didn't find Shadow Dragon's multiplayer to be that great either. But I still find it can be kind of fun to see who's the strongest out of 2 of your files. So in that case, Ephraim's file triumphed, but Erica's file put up a pretty good showing. They did more than I expected they would. So that's the Link Arena. I wanted to show that at least once. Now, there's one other extra that I want to show here before I go into the world map. However, I'm going to need to erase a file before I do it, because I need to start a new game. I won't need to play very far into this new game, I'll just need to get Ross. Once I get Ross, I'll be showing something that's unlocked after you've cleared both Erica and Ephraim's routes. So, this is something kinda interesting. So it only took me 10 minutes to get here, and now only 18 minutes. But the main thing I want to show is when we enter the next chapter, because Ross is now level 10. And so, just before we start the chapter, well, once we get to preparations, here we go. Blah, 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 muscles, blah. Let's go to your promotion screen, and hang on a minute, there's a third option that wasn't here before. Journeyman again? That's weird. So, let's see what happens if we class change to Journeyman from Journeyman. Ross doesn't look any different at all, does he? But he does get normal promotion bonuses. Not much else, though. So, here's Ross. He's now a Journeyman rank 2. This is the new feature that gets unlocked after you've completed both Erica and Ephraim's routes. This is what the fandom refers to as Super Trainees. All 3 Trainees get access to this. And before I do anything else, I just want to do what I promised and show the melee axe animation of Journeyman. Just go ahead and turn animations back on. So here's what it looks like. Looks fairly awkward. Kind of makes him look like a lumberjack. The critical animation is even more awkward. But yeah, that's what Journeyman looks like using a melee axe. So I guess if you like the Journeyman animations, you can carry on the class forever. So, I'm gonna need to cut to a slide here to talk about Super Trainees in general. So let's go to that. So, Super Trainees. Once one of the 3 trainees reaches level 10, in a playthrough started after you finish both Erica and Ephraim's routes, they have the option to promote to their trainee class again. These all have their own unique set of promotion gains, and all gain +1 movements. From this point on, they act as a normal first tier class. They can reach a maximum level of 20, and can promote at level 10 or above with the right item. Upon this promotion, you have a choice of both a regular class and the Trainee class again. This is the one that most people refer to as the Super Trainee class. And this will be the main subject of my discussion here. The Super Trainee classes have unique caps and special bonuses, so first let's discuss Ross's, colloquially called Super Journeyman. Super Journeyman sucks. Yeah, Ross gets easily the worst Super Trainee class out of all three. It gets a plus 15 critical bonus, which would normally be a good thing, but guess what other class gets a plus 15 critical bonus? And it's a class that Ross already had access to. Even worse, Berserker gets mountain and water walking on top of the 15% critical bonus, and has better caps overall apart from resistance, while also having far higher constitution. This is a running theme with the Super Trainees. None of them gain any constitution on promotion, which is a very serious weakness of them, but for Ross, it's a really big one, because he's already got a class that does everything Super Journeyman can and more. There's really no reason to make Ross a Super Journeyman at all, unless you like his Journeyman sprite. What about Amelia? Is Super Recruit any better? Well, in my opinion, yes. It's an on-foot class that's locked into Lancers, and it still suffers from terrible con issues, even worse because Amelia's base con is far lower than Ross's. And it gets a 15% critical bonus just like Super Journeyman. But unlike Ross, Amelia doesn't have access to any other class that gives a crit bonus, so at least this has something unique going for it. Its caps are also not bad. It's effectively a lance-wielding swordmaster, which I actually kind of feel fits Amelia's overall stat build better than any of her other class options. I mean, Paladin is definitely better, and even General has access to more weapon types, but I find this to be a very fun class for casual playthroughs. It's kinda cool having a lance-using swordmaster. The downside is her critical animation is very underwhelming. Now we come to Ewan, whose Super Trainee class is the one that gets the most attention out of all of them. While it still suffers from terrible con, Super Pupil is the only class in the game legitimately capable of wielding all three types of offensive magic: Light, Dark, and Anima. Now, Dark Magic isn't that good in this game, and Light sucks without Slayer, so really this isn't necessary, but it is a very fun class, I find. That's really what Super Trainees are, just a lot of fun for casual playthroughs after you've already beaten the game twice. Well, Super Recruit and Super Pupil are anyway. Super Journeyman is just terrible. One final thing about Super Trainees though, all three of them had their caps pretty severely nerfed in the English version. And I have no idea what possessed them to make this decision. These classes are bonus content that you have to have beaten the game at least twice in order to access to begin with. I kind of feel like they should have just left them as is and left them as a reward for players, rather than saying, oh, you know what, let's balance them. Super Journeyman suffered the most here. I mean, it was still not a very good class to begin with, but at least in the Japanese version, it had caps of 30 in both strength and defense. I believe it was the only class in the game to do that. So with post-game stat boosters, it could actually be a force to be reckoned with. It desperately needed some niche like that, and in the English version that's just gone, making it nothing more than an inferior version of Berserker. Super Recruit also lost a lot of strength and defense, and Super Pupil lost a fair amount of resistance. Again, why? Why would you nerf things that are just intended as a fun bonus for people who've already completed the game? Anyway, back to the episode. So with all that discussion of Super Trainees out of the way, I guess I'll finish off this video by showing what the map option does, since this is what we'll be covering for the rest of the post-game videos. If you select Map, you need to select an epilogue file. Yeah, so only an epilogue file will work. So I can choose either my Erica or Ephraim's route epilogues, but when I do this, we're back at the world map at the Black Temple with a new map theme. And it's a very familiar song. It's not entirely the Fire Emblem theme, but it's got bits of it in it. So, if we check Manage Items, we have all our characters exactly as they were after we beat the Demon King, which means Erica's still at 99 experience. So, this lets you go around the world map fighting monster skirmishes with your epilogue team, essentially. You can go wherever you want, again, monsters notwithstanding. And here's something special about the post-game. If we go here, we have the option to enter Question Mark Shop. Only people who are currently carrying the members card can do this. And I should probably give him the silver card. Who has that? I think it's in my inventory now that I think about it. There it is. This is the only time you can enter secret shops from the world map. So here's the Rowston Court secret shop, and you'll notice they've restocked since the main story. Or rather, their inventory has been restored to what it would have been in the Japanese version, so we can actually buy Shamshears now. Also, secret shops in the post-game only sell brave weapons. You can pretty much buy anything you want here. Aura, wow, that's 4,000 even with the discount, that's really expensive. Physic, and stat boosters. Yes, in the post-game, as I've said earlier in the game, you can buy stat boosters, so given enough money, you can max out anyone you want. Also, you can buy promotion items, including ocean seals. So, all 3 secret shops are accessible, and all of them have different stock, so I'm going to go ahead and show all of them now. So, here's Johanna Hall. Let's see what they got here. This one's got a lot of Reaver weapons, and Killer Bow because the bow doesn't have a Reaver counterpart. Brave Lance this time. This one also sells long-range tomes, so Purge and Bolting, which is kind of cool, and also Fortify. Actually, Purge is pretty decent because on Bishops you've got long-range effectiveness weapon, which is pretty awesome. Fortify, Recover, and once again stat boosters, including body rings, so given enough money you can max out anybody's con. Con is no longer an issue. Lockpicks too. There are chests in the Tower and Ruins, so these are still useful. And some more promotion items. So let's check out the last secret shop, Grotto Keep, which is right here. More Reaver weapons. More Brave weapons, more Purge and Bolting, but this time they're selling Eclipse, which I don't know why you'd ever want to buy that, but still. Silence and also Recover, so yeah, and more stat boosters, as well as promotion items. So a pretty nice assortment of items out of these secret shops. All this is assuming that you got the member card to begin with, i.e. you either recruited Rennek or killed him when it was the glowing green item in his inventory. Recommended that you recruit Rennek. If you somehow missed the member card in the main story, or you were dumb and let a thief steal it, because if that happens and the thief dies before you steal it back, the member card is gone. If that happened, there is another way to get a member card. However, you're not going to like it. You need to go to the very last floor of the Lagdo Ruins, which has 10 floors by the way, the later floors being harder than the final chapter by a considerable margin, and there's a chest there. This chest will have a member's card at a 10% rate. So, yeah, good luck getting another member's card if you didn't get it during the main story. Seriously, recruit Rennek. Because the secret shops during the post-game are just insanely good. Other than that, what else can we do in the post-game? Well, other than fight monsters and do the Tower and the Ruins, not much. Something that you might be wondering though, can you support in the post-game? Yes, you can. However, it'll be too late to change any epilogue pairings. So for example, say I wanted to, let's see who still has the potential to have a paired ending. I can't do Cormac because he, let's, Right, okay, I'm pretty sure Ross and Garcia have a paired ending, and they'd still be able to unlock that based on how much support he has left. But if I did get them to an A support, I would not be able to see that ending because the epilogue has already happened. Oh, another example, Siren and Gilliam. If I wanted to, I could grind Siren and Gilliam up to an A support, but that wouldn't change the epilogue because it's already happened. So, yeah, if you want to see paired endings, make sure you get A supports during the main story. But if you're just concerned about the support library, support all you want in the Creature campaign. It'll still unlock the supports for the library. With that, it's time to head back towards the Tower of Valny, because the next thing that I'll be doing in this game is showing all the floors of this place, and I'll be doing this with my B team, so this might require a bit of money grinding. Let me just quickly see what I have in the promotion item front. Let's see. So I've got 1 Hero's Crest, so I could promote Marissa if I wanted. 3 Knight's Crest, so that's enough for Franz, Gilliam, and Kyle. 1 Orion's Bolt, which is all I ever need, that's for Naomi. 2 Guiding Rings, so I could promote Rachel and Arthur. I kind of have all the promotion items I need, really, and other than that, I have 2 Master Seals, so I feel like I'm totally set when it comes to promotion items. I don't think I'll need to grind for gold. Actually, let's see, who's left to promote? We've got Rachel, we've got Vanessa. Oh, right, I would need another release in with or a Master Seal, but if that's one of my Master... Oh, no, I'd need another Ocean Seal for... Yeah, I don't think that's quite enough promotion items to promote everyone. But almost everyone. So, I'll see you next time for... Actually, let me just show you something quickly. You might have seen people refer to something called the Creature campaign. That's what this post-game is called, if you save over your epilogue file. You can access this from now on by going to the map option from the main menu on any Creature campaign or epilogue file. So, next time, I'll be taking on the Tower of Valny with some characters that I never really got to show during the main playthrough. So, I'll see you there.